Right, watch list creation. This video is to show you how I create my watch list ahead of my meetings. So the first thing I like to look at is the US dollar, just to establish where we are on the day and to give us a benchmark for what we might expect in terms of a directional bias for the day. It's Wednesday, anything can happen. I need to also look at the calendar and see what the day looks like in terms of red news, what to avoid, what to be aware of, and so forth. So this is New York time, and we've got the Bank of Canada, and that's the only thing I'm going to be paying much attention to. And the stocks, Fed Powell in the afternoon, Lagarde's speech in the afternoon. So all stuff that is not in the way of my trading this morning. We've got a first green day for the US dollar. Now, what's important to note there is that we've already moved pretty considerably on that. What's the ATR? $62. So I believe that we might have some more to go to the upside. We've only done half of the ATR, so we can be targeting last week's highs in the dollar. So where are we? So we're using the closing price as support. Prospects of a drop back into support for a move up. We've also got the breakout area here as potential support. So I'm just going to mark those off as a benchmark for the day and change the color of that. So that's a green for support. And we've got the closing price as support. I'll just extend that there as well. I can't seem to get it on for some reason. And I change that color to blue. That's my preferred color for the benchmark, and make it dotted. I want the Friday closing price as well. I want that for the whole week, just as a benchmark as well on the downside. That shows where we are in the weekly template in terms of above or below the opening price. So we came low. Perhaps it's the low of the week. Perhaps we're going to continue higher for the remainder of the week. No idea, but just a thesis. So that's my thesis, bullish for the day. So I'm marking it as green. I'm looking for short everywhere else pretty much, but I could be wrong. So we need choices either way. So we've got last week's high to target, last month's high to target. That's what we're going for. Right, and now I'm looking into the crosses and all the rest of it. So Euro Yen, I'm looking specifically for green. First red days, first green days. So pump, 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 pump. So this is a first red day opportunity. ATR, right, 114 points on that. How many have we done so far? Right, I've only done 53 points, so 114 points is all the way down into here somewhere. Right, does that line up with anything significant to the left? I'll use a hourly chart for this. Yes, it does. It lines up with last Wednesday's closing price. So that is our target for the day. Down here somewhere. Okay, so that is our target for the day. Mark that green and label it ATR target. ATR target. Okay. So that is a first red day opportunity. Now, just note that it's broken the low, so just need to be cautious with this one. Right, it's broken that low. I'll leave that there. So we've got a breakout traders. Day one. There's possibly breakout traders. This will be day one, breakout traders. Day 1, 2, 3. Day 1, day 2, day 2 continuation. So day 2 continuation on day 3, Wednesday. Right, that's what that is. So it's day 2 continuation on Wednesday. ATA target. It's a first green day. It's the first red day. Okay, so it's first red day, day 2 on Wednesday, ATA target. So what we're looking for is the closing price to act as resistance on a pump up. And we've got Friday's closing price in and around there as well. It's a benchmark also, so potential of resistance here, guys. Anyone's watching, don't know, but there we are. Speaking to myself. Right, so that is a resistance area potentially. Give it a bit of red. Right, mark that as a resistance area. Closing prices. Closing price. Friday closing price and closing price together. Yesterday's lows have been broken. So day 1 breakouts. Day 1. Okay. Give that a little circle. Little arrow. Okay. So that's euro yen for a setup, and we need to put that in the red category and first red day. Okay, so that's under the category first red day. That is our first setup pair for a setup. Now we're looking at, we'll do the stocks later. Like to trade those in the gap time later on. We can be trading these from now on. I prefer this gap time to give us a basis, but if we see an opportunity, we just go ahead and take one. So I'll just pause this a bit here. Right, euro is exactly the same template as euro yen. No need to go over that. All right, sterling yen. Go through the process I explained at the beginning of the video. Same scenario, closing prices, resistance, dump, pump, dump, ATR target, low of the week. Right, all this is an interesting one. It's front side of bearish trend. It's come into a whole bunch of potential support territory. Yesterday's lows, last month's lows, broke last week's lows. Looking left, well, don't know. Could continue going lower. Who knows? Continue going lower. At the end of the day, we've got we've got 1 day of breakouts, 2 days of breakouts. This could be the 3rd day breakout. So continuation day. Continuation. Right. Bear with me. So this has a number of scenarios or nothing at all, but day 3 breakouts for continuation, day 2 on the 3-day cycle, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 1, day 2, continuation into day 3, and then, or it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, short squeeze reversal. So that's in no man's land, really. We'll leave it as a continuation trade, and we'll just note the notes when we get to it. Okay. Sterling Swiss, red day, first red day. Right, Australian dollar, 1 breakout, 2 breakout, 3 breakout, 3 days of breakouts, breaking out of Friday's range, 1, 2, 3, day 3 of the 3-day cycle. So that move's already happened. We would be looking for the pullback. It's already happened. If anything, it's a pump and dump. Pump, pump, we don't know. So it's not giving me any clues really. I'll mark it green. It's not really what I'm going to be interested in, I don't think, but just worth noting. It could pump up to the closing price and dump. So I'll have that as the scenario. That's the bias. Broken down market, pump and dump. The QE's already gone and it's already done its ATR. Pretty much 50 odd points, so nothing there. So it goes in the first red day category, but it's not something that I'm going to be paying any particular interest to. So I'm just turning it off as not interested, but it's in the first red day category. Dollar CAD is the first green day. Not ideal, because what we want is that market to be coming in. It's already broken the low significantly. It could be a failed breakout and move back in on the inside. So it's not an ideal setup. It's got a little bit to go. I mean, maybe if it pumps down into the closing price and starts giving us some bullish, there are prospects of a move higher. I mean, the ATR is 70. It's only done 50 odd. So the ATR target would be up here somewhere. So potentially I'll put it in the first green day category. Closing price for continuation trade. Day 1, day 2 continuation. Day 1, day 2, day 3 continuation. Day 1 breakouts, day 2 breakouts, so potentially. Right, sterling I've got as a first red day. First red day, the ATR on this is about 100 pips, 95 pips. It's only done a portion of it. The ATR would take it all the way down into a closing price from back on one of these days over here, start of October. So maybe we'll get a pump up towards the low of yesterday, the low of Monday, low of the week, the prior low of the week, that meets yesterday's closing price, thereabouts. So we might get a pump up for the dump on a first red day. And we are on the front side of the trend. So looking for a pump up for the dump. And that draws us to a conclusion for the day. And now it's a matter of refining our watch list, which are these, this, and these, to decide which are the pairs that are sticking out as the best candidates. And we'll do that as we move closer towards the trading zone.